Hey everyone, and welcome to this Masterclass Explainer. Let's be totally honest for a second. For a massive chunk of the global population, just the sheer thought of standing up in front of a crowd, it literally induces cold sweats. It's this universal fear we all kind of share. But what if I told you that commanding a room is actually not some rare innate talent? It's a highly learnable skill. Today we are unpacking a really fantastic guide based on Thomas Yoman's Mastering the Art of Public Speaking. So let's dive right into this, because we're going to look at some highly practical frameworks that will help you communicate persuasively, confidently, and effectively.
Here's a super quick look at our agenda for today. We'll start with the core of public speaking, move into the 4S framework, break down the verbal, vocal, and visual elements, talk about choosing your delivery method, and finally, wrap it all up with the perfect elevator pitch. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the core of public speaking. Before we can even think about mastering the stage, we have to ask ourselves, what exactly is public speaking at its absolute most basic level? Well, to strip away all that anxiety and complexity, we lean on Thomas Yoman's core philosophy. At its foundation, public speaking is simply communication done orally regarding a specific topic in front of many people. That's it. It's not magic. Whether it's a presentation, a job interview, or teaching a class, it's just a transfer of information from you to a larger group. Honestly, grounding ourselves in that simple truth takes a whole lot of the pressure off, doesn't it?
But here's the catch. That transfer of information cannot be aimless. Every single time you step in front of an audience, your goal absolutely has to align with one of three main purposes. You're either there to persuade them to take a specific action, inform them about something they don't know, or entertain them. If your speech doesn't have one of these clear targets locked in, trust me, your audience is going to feel it immediately.
So once you actually know your purpose, it's time to build the presentation. That brings us to Section 2, the 4S framework. The absolutely crucial point to remember here is that a great speech is actually made entirely off stage. This 4S method breaks your preparation into 4 solid pillars. First up is sequence, meaning you structure your content logically with a clear intro, body, and conclusion. Next is subject mastery. You've got to practice relentlessly until you know the material inside and out. Third is showmanship, which is all about dynamic body language, gestures, and eye contact to really hook the room. And finally, slide, designing visual aids that actually support what you're saying rather than completely distracting from it.
Okay, so you've built the structure. Now you actually have to deliver the thing. Let's transition to Section 3, verbal, vocal, and visual. The actual delivery of your speech is split into these 3 distinct overlapping elements. Let's look at the first one, your verbal delivery. The actual spoken words can literally make or break your credibility. Notice the stark contrast we've got here. On the do side, we have active audience appreciation, saying good job when they participate, and actually saying thank you to respect their questions. But on the don't side, fillers, using words like maybe, endlessly asking understand, or filling dead air with or right. It's super distracting. Respecting your audience's time means speaking to the point and cutting out all that verbal clutter. Next up is the vocal element. Remember, this isn't what you say, it's how you say it. Notice the 5 pillars here: intonation, tempo, breath, articulation, and power. Actually, I can demonstrate this right now. If I want to build some excitement, my tempo naturally speeds up and my power increases. But if I want you to remember a really crucial point, I slow down, I articulate clearly, and I take a deliberate breath. Modulating these elements is exactly how you command the room and keep everyone's brain actively engaged. The third element is visual, which is all about your physical presence. You want to contrast confident habits with those nervous tics we all get. Aim for about 3 to 5 seconds of direct eye contact across the room. Maintain an open, welcoming posture, and dress neatly. Conversely, the absolute quickest way to lose an audience is visually demonstrating that you don't want to be there. Checking your watch, slouching, shoving your hands in your pockets, or standing awkwardly on one leg, it all just screams nervousness and a lack of preparation. Mastering your body and voice is fantastic, but how do you organize the words you're actually saying? Let's move to Section 4, choosing your delivery method. Because public speaking is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Depending on your goal, you need the right structural blueprint. You have 3 highly effective narrative frameworks at your disposal here. Problem solution is super straightforward. You present a pain point, offer alternatives, and deliver the solution. Before after paints a vivid picture of a past condition versus a completely transformed future condition. And then now how walks the audience through past issues, present successes, and the exact steps taken to get there.
It's all about logically organizing your thoughts so they match your overall narrative goal. Once you have a structure, you choose your method. As highlighted in our source material, a speaker has 6 distinct delivery methods in their arsenal: reading straight from a manuscript, speaking impromptu, delivering a fully memorized speech, using an extemporaneous outline, employing storytelling, or firing off a rapid elevator pitch. While every single one of those methods is powerful, I want to zero in on impromptu speaking for a second because, let's face it, that is usually the most terrifying one for people. But there is a real lifesaver for this: the TAPS formula. TAPS. When you are put on the spot, immediately state your theme. Then, give the reason why it's important to the audience. Next, deliver the main point they need to understand. And finally, wrap it up with a clear conclusion or solution. Boom. It turns absolute panic into a perfectly structured, spontaneous mini-speech. All right, now we are moving to the climax of today's explainer. Section 5, the perfect elevator pitch. This is the ultimate test of concise, impactful communication when you have absolutely zero time to waste. An elevator pitch usually lasts just 30 to 60 seconds. It must be brutally to the point, and it relies on an exact 5-part anatomy. You start by introducing yourself, immediately present the problem, pivot to present the solution, share your personal value or expertise, and finally add a call to action. It's kind of like a fast-paced puzzle where every single piece must fit together perfectly in under a minute. Let's actually see this framework applied directly using a real-world example from our source material. Here is exactly how Thomas Yoman himself uses it. Step 1, the intro. Good morning, I am Thomas Yoman, glad to meet everyone. Step 2, the problem. Many people can talk, but don't know how to present in front of crowds. Step 3, the solution. The good news is, today we are going to learn exactly how. Step 4, value. I am a certified public speaker with extensive experience, ready to share my knowledge. And step 5, the call to action. Are you ready to learn today? See how seamlessly that flows? Problem, solution, credibility, action. The whole shebang in just a few seconds. So what does this all mean for us? The absolute crucial takeaway from all of this is that public speaking isn't some mystical, unachievable magic. It's structure, it's preparation, it's utilizing the 4S method, mastering your own verbal and physical habits, and knowing exactly how to pitch your ideas when it counts. Which leaves me turning that final call to action directly onto you. Armed with these new frameworks, are you ready to step up to the microphone?